Welcome to YOLO, Texas. I'm Erika, born and raised in the beautiful Lone Star State. Ride shotgun with me as we visit breathtaking views.
Is this really my job right now? This is so awesome.
Check out heart-racing attractions. And taste mouth-watering foods that only this great state has to offer.
Holy moly!
That is strong. Why, you ask? Well, to simply put it,
YOLO!
You only live once, Texas. Now, one of the best things about the Lone Star State is the huge variety of things to do, and this week we've been working overtime, taking you for a float down the San Marcos River, to a tropical getaway outside of Austin, and to one of Texas's most treasured barbecue spots. But first, we'll be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is Texas wines. If you thought Napa Valley was the only place in America that knows their vino, well, think again, because for our first YOLO Texas adventure, we're headed to Grapevine, y'all. Let's do this. Grapevine, home to a charming downtown and premier sailing lake here in Texas. It's easy to see why it's ranked one of the top places to live in America. We have a list of things to do, so why don't you say we check out all the things that Grapevine has to offer. But for visitors like me, the real attraction is the local wineries, and it's all a part of a Texas wine scene that's growing fast. In fact, Texas is now the 5th largest wine producer in the whole entire country. So watch out, California. But there's so much more to it than just the vineyards, and since we arrived a little early for me to hit up the wineries, after visiting the local farmers market, we swung by the famous Dr. Seuss chocolate for something, well, healthy. No, really. From cherry pecan bark to jalapeno dark chocolate, this small candy shop will have your mouth watering before you even enter the door. The owner, Dr. Sue, is actually a practicing physician who's on a mission to promote healthy living through dark chocolates just like these.
Everything is all natural, and we really care about the ingredients so that hopefully people will love what they're eating.
So let me get this straight. It is chocolate, but it's healthy and good for you.
Yes,
How is that so?
yes, dark chocolate.
After that, I figured I'd stay on the health kick and work on my step count. So we met up with a couple who's pretty famous around these parts. Okay, we are here right in the center of this gazebo with the stage behind us with the reigning champions, Lam and Jorge, of grape stomping. How cool is that? So tell me, please, how did y'all get involved in this thing, and what's the training like for this?
How we got involved was we heard that the Grape Fest was going on, so we're definitely interested in the wine first. We happened to stumble on the grape stomp. We're like, oh, you know, we're semi-competitive, so giving it a try would have been fun. And we did. Our first year, failed, so we wanted a little bit of vengeance and came back 3 years. Yeah, so now we know, less wine, more stomping.
It takes a little getting used to, and after a few pointers from Lam, it was time for the showdown.
Stop! It's so slimy! I heard. Stop and smash! Wow! Holy moly! Got my workout in.
Next up, we headed to Farina's Winery and Cafe. Located in the heart of Grapevine's historic district, this unique spot offers an impressive food menu along with 100 personally selected wines from around the world. It also boasts a pretty cool antique bar that once graced the boardroom of the one and only Manchester United soccer team. Okay, I am here accompanied by Gary, the owner here at Farina's Winery and Cafe. Please tell us, how long have you been around here in Grapevine, Texas, and a little bit of the history behind this bar?
Well, my grandparents came over from Sicily and southern Italy.
Okay.
And so through the years, they developed these wonderful recipes that we use.
Well, we did see on the menu spaghetti pizza.
Yes.
Please tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, when my parents had restaurants when I was young, and we got bored with at times, so we would just play around with different recipes, ultimately develop the spaghetti pizza that we have now, and it's become extremely popular.
Oh my goodness, this looks wonderful. All right, this definitely isn't in the diet, but after that grape stomping, it's all gonna be worth it. Here we go. Oh my God. You see the smile? That is good. Bravo, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Even though I'm completely stuffed from spaghetti pizza and dessert, I'm anxious to head to our next location where there's a pretty glass of wine with my name on it. Our last stop of the day, Delaney Vineyards. Reminiscent of an 18th century French chateau, this beautiful 8,000 square foot winery is the largest in North Texas, with over 10 acres of lush grapevines, offering wine connoisseurs or those just discovering Texas wine a chance to enjoy its amazing venue through tours, tastings, and other special events. Okay, today we are here with Tiffany, our sommelier, here at Delaney Vineyards. How are the grapes this time of year?
They're getting ready to be harvested. Right now, the acidity in them is going down and the sugar is going up. So over the next couple weeks, they'll just get sweeter and sweeter until we pull them.
Just tell us a little bit more about this vineyard and what makes it so special and unique to North Texas and Texas in general.
These are the only vines that grow in North Texas. So this facility is the only full production vineyard.
What kind of wines are we going to be tasting today?
Today you're going to try 5 different wines. We'll start off with some whites, some sweets, and get a little bit of a red in there.
Okay.
We'll finish it out with something to cleanse your palate. It should be great.
As much fun as it was learning about these beloved wines, I was even more excited to try them. That's good, and I get to drink that?
Yeah. If you're ready, we can go in and try whenever you're ready.
Yeah, perfect. This is what I've been waiting for all day long.
Here we are.
Wow, that is a crowd pleaser right there.
Indeed.
There was no better way to top off a relaxing day exploring the beautiful town of Grapevine. Needless to say, this town is definitely YOLO approved. Next time you have a chance, I highly recommend you stop on through and try the rosé. Visit GrapevineTexasUSA.com to plan your next trip to Grapevine and check out their extensive list of events, including their 31st annual Grape Fest going on now through the 17th. Have somewhere you want us to visit? Check us out online at yoloTexas.com or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And after the break, we're tackling another Texas tradition and heading to San Marcos to hit our float on. We've got more YOLO Texas coming up. Hey y'all, welcome back to YOLO Texas. Now for our next excursion, we're taking part of a time-honored tradition here in the Lone Star State. If you've never gone tubing, it's pretty simple. Find a river, find a tube, and bring some friends. There are rivers all over Texas that are just right for floating, but today we're headed to a town that's close to Austin and San Antonio and also near and dear to my heart. Get ready to get your float on, y'all. We're headed to San Marcos. Now, I do have a confession to make. When it comes to San Marcos, I may be a little biased because not only is it home to the beautiful San Marcos River, it's also home of my alma mater, Texas State. Established in 1899, Texas State is the largest institution of the state university system with over 39,000 students, and today has nationally recognized programs in geography, criminal justice, music theater, engineering, and health professions. And seeing as we are in town, I figured we could take a quick detour to check out my old stomping grounds. Texas State! Woo! I'm home!
Pop quiz. Who is the most famous Texas State alumni?
I have no idea.
Either LBJ or George Strait.
George Strait.
LBJ.
Hey, that was a trick question. You got it. Another question.
Okay.
What other university here in Texas has a president as an alumni?
Oh God, I don't know this one.
But I know we have LBJ.
Okay, y'all pass because it was a trick question. No other university has an alumni that was a president, so we win. Today, though, we are here to check out the other gem of San Marcos, the San Marcos River. Like I said, there are plenty of places to float in Texas, but it's tough to top the San Marcos for its tubing scene and its proximity to Austin. To get the lay of the land, or the river, we headed to meet up with another enterprising Texas State alum at Texas State Tubes. Okay, I'm here with Danny Salinas with Texas State Tubes. I have to say, a lot of Bobcat pride here, huh? Where'd y'all get the idea to come up with y'all's own company here on the San Marcos River?
We've always floated here on the San Marcos on this stretch since we were freshmen in college, and you know, the only game in town for a long time was next door, and so we decided that providing some services that weren't being handled, like transportation and tube rentals, would be a great way to jump out here and make a mark on the community, help pick up some of this garbage and help people have a great time.
Hey, thank you for keeping this river clean so we can enjoy it. Love it, love it. Yeah, and I actually heard that y'all have a nice new addition to it. So not only do you have a float for the younger folks and people who love to have a lively time, but y'all also have something for families as well.
It's just about the same distance as the original float, but it goes from the bottom property all the way down to Skull Bridge, and it's only got one set of rapids in there, so it's a lot more relaxed, a lot more relaxed.
All right, let's get going. Woo! Yeah!
Here at Texas State Tubes, we kind of pride ourselves with having a really easy system to allow people to kind of access the San Marcos River. This is a 3.1 mile stretch of river for our tubers to enjoy. You can float to your vehicle if you parked on that property, or you'll be shuttled back to your vehicle after the float.
Wonderful. Let's get this thing started, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And after a short trip, it's time to get onto the water so you can hurry up and chill out.
All right, got my tube, check. Got my beer, check. And we're ready to hit the river. Let's float. See ya. YOLO! Woo! YOLO!
The best parts is that San Marcos is spring fed, so it stays pretty cool all summer, which in southern Texas, that's pretty key. That way you can stay cool while you chill out and let the afternoon drift away.
So, end of the float, came up to drop off our tube. Thank you so much to our tour guide, Danny. Love
Always
it.
a pleasure,
Bobcats
Aaron.
stick together, and we had a great time. We're gonna take the shuttle back to our car. Peace out. YOLO! One last dip.
Headed to San Marcos to get your float on, go to TexasStateTubes.com to plan your next trip. And if you can't make it to San Marcos, here's a few more rivers to float around the state. Up next, we're headed for a tropical paradise that's miles away from ordinary. So stick around, we'll see you right after the break. Hey y'all, welcome back to YOLO Texas. For our next stop, we're headed to a little tropical getaway where you least expect it. If you think palm trees and tiki torches are just a Hawaiian thing, well, think again. So pack up the ukulele, we're headed to Suns Island in Seguin, Texas, y'all. Let's go. Now I know what you're thinking. Seguin? A tropical getaway? But it's true. Just outside the charming town and nestled in the Guadalupe River's Lake Placid, you'll find a little retreat tucked away that's easy to get to, but feels miles away from ordinary. Cross a bridge that feels straight out of the Amazon, and you'll find yourself surrounded by palm trees, cabanas, and all other trappings of paradise, Suns Island. There's horseshoes and hammocks, folks getting out on the water and barbecuing on the shore, plus a volleyball court if you really want to reenact your favorite Top Gun scene. With so many options to choose from, I met up with Jeffrey King to get the full scoop.
I do have to ask, how did y'all come up with this idea to create an island getaway? I did the math, about 120 miles away or from the nearest coastline.
So really, the fact that this island is so far away from the coastline and kind of far away from cities is what really draws people here. Our owner worked in construction before, and he's also done a lot of traveling. So he really wanted to combine the two and bring his construction knowledge and experience and really create something really beautiful and great that's just a tropical experience once you get out here. We've really got everything. We've got rope swings, we've got frog slides, kayaking, paddle boarding. Really, you can come here and do as little as you want, or you can do as much as you want. So.
Wonderful. Later in the day, you're going to show us how the glamping all goes down, but I'm ready to get in the water, so what do you say? We'll check it out.
Perfect.
In fact, on a hot day, getting into the water is just about the easiest way to cool off. And let's be real here, this is Texas. Every day's a hot one. And with a water slide, a rope swing, whatever you call one of those floaty thingies, and so much more to choose from, there's no shortage of ways to beat the heat. Plus, there's fishing, space for folks to bring their own boats and jet skis, or you can just hang out, splash around.
If you've never done this before, you totally have to. It's kind of weird. It's like you're on ground, but you're on water. Hey, and you kind of get a little bit of a workout. Nothing too bad at all. You definitely have to try paddleboarding at Sun's Island. A must.
And each of Sun's Island's cabanas comes equipped with a grill and bar top for entertaining and makes for a great place to get out of the sun for a bit. Turn up your favorite summertime playlist and it won't take long before you find yourself on island time, even if it is 3,616 miles to Hawaii. Who's counting? Plus, if you want to extend your daycation into a longer stay, you can try glamping at Geronimo Creek, which is kind of like all the fun of regular camping, just with none of the work.
They say time flies when you're having fun, and when you're on island time, there is always something new to enjoy, whether it's in South Pacific or a little slice of paradise deep in the heart of Texas.
Want to plan your own island getaway? Go to LakePlacidIsland.com or GeronimoCreekRetreat.com to make your escape today. Hey y'all, there's one more yoloTX excursion left as we're headed to Lockhart to check out one of Texas's most famous barbecue joints. You won't want to miss it, so stick around. We'll see you right after the break. Hey y'all, welcome back to yoloTX. Now we couldn't really talk all things that make Texas great without mentioning the food. That's right, I'm talking barbecue, and there are a few towns better known for their barbecue than our next destination in Lockhart, Texas. So let's check it out. So you know I love Texas, and I also love barbecue. And you know who knows a thing or two about barbecue? Is Blacks. First opened in 1932, the Black Family's barbecue joint is one of the most famous in Texas and the oldest in Lockhart. When you're talking about the oldest barbecue place in the barbecue capital of Texas, it's kind of a big deal. You wouldn't know it from looking at it though. It's cafeteria-style dining, nothing fancy, but the secret to success is all up there. But before I dug into some delicious smokiness, I sat down with Barrett Black, pitmaster and great-grandson of Edgar Black, who originally started the family business as a meat market. What is the secret ingredient to y'all's magic back there?
Well, I can't take credit for that. That came from my grandparents, the second generation in our business. My grandfather, he did everything he could to, how you trim the brisket, exactly how you season it, the proportions, how we smoke it, the type of wood, just every little nuance and detail. Like, barbecue's not a complicated food, but there's a lot of nuances that make a very big difference.
After a nice history lesson from Barrett, he was kind enough to share some secrets of the trade and show me where all the magic happens.
This is the pit. Right here, this is our smoker.
Now that is a beauty. Cool. Okay, so you said 2-day process, so step 1's gotta go somewhere back here.
Yeah, so why don't you put your gloves on and...
All right. Look, Mom, doing it.
You're doing great. Then we're gonna rub it in.
Okay. Am I? Ooh,
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I'm scared.
I have lots of memories of sitting in a chair right here next to my grandfather and watching him do it.
Aw.
So
I'm like Lil Barrett.
anytime I smell black pepper, I think of my grandfather. And
I'm throwing.
there you go.
That's as far as I can go.
That's perfect. That'll work.
With so many options to choose from, I checked in with some of the locals to see what their favorites were.
The beef brisket, and it was amazing.
Giant beef rib is just out of this world.
I've never had ribs like this. It's really good.
Brisket's really moist.
After nothing but rave reviews from locals and even out-of-state visitors, it was time to dig in. And with no clear winner, I chose all of them. This is Texas on a plate. Got some turkey, got some brisket. You know I'm gonna have to try this dinosaur bone. And of course, the sausage. Sorry, none for y'all? That's just the meats. As long as this place is open, I don't think I could be a vegetarian. Not happening. Even in a state that's known for its barbecue, Black stands a cut above. I'm stuffed. You will not go hungry leaving this place. Long story short, whoever said you should never have too much of a good thing has probably never been to Black's. Headed to Lockhart, find Black's Barbecue at blacksbbq.com and make sure to try the brisket.
Okay, that's it for us today, but we'll be back next week with some more adventures around the Lone Star State. Until then, just remember, you only live once, Texas. We'll see you out there.